Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow, and in this video I'm going to share with you guys the stocks that have exploded this week that I've mentioned over at the Patreon as well as in the Discord. I mean, all around, every single opportunity has given us close to 10% plus, guys. These opportunities, I'm looking for them daily and I'm looking for them weekly. Now, it's not guaranteed that every week will play out the same, and it's not guaranteed that every single stock will play out the same. But some interesting stuff has been happening with these stocks every single time I'm looking at them, and we're looking for a quick, nice 10 to 20% opportunity. And then on the daily stocks, we're looking for the same thing, playing around with momentum and the charts based off of analysis and what's going on in the markets, guys. So if this is something that interests you, when you join the Patreon, which tiers are filling up pretty quickly, you gain access to both. You gain access to my weekly watch list on the Patreon, and you gain access to the daily watch list on the Discord, guys. And then you gain access to the full community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So here we are. I'm giving you guys a sneak peek of what I talked about this weekend, and there's still probably room for these stocks. And overall, I'm just giving you a sneak peek of already what happened. So DKNG hadn't moved much and only gave us about 4 to 5%. I'm not too worried about this one. This is a growth stock. It's in the innovative stock. It's a SPAC, and it could get hurt because of the pressure that hedge funds are putting on SPACs, and that's why it's been falling. Earnings and just overall the market, it could take a little hit, but this is a great stock to be watching for the long term. You got to do your due diligence and research, obviously. Now, PLTR, I've always said that underneath $20, it's the most interesting. And if it ever broke through it, it would hit $15 to $20. And this was a phenomenal stock to watch this week. And we're going to look at it in its chart right now, giving close to 20 to 25% on today's low, all the way up to today's high. It was very interesting. Almost looks like a short squeeze, in my opinion. Now, Pltn was hit with so much different variables, but it's also being hit because it's looked at as a reopening play, and I stated how I felt about it and how this could go further than just being a reopening play or a stay-at-home stock, and it was actually getting beat down, and we're going to look at that chart in just a moment. This has already ran up close to 10 to 12%, guys. So this gave already 20 to 25%. This gave 10 to 12% on the week already, guys. And this is what we look for every single week for the weekly plays. And if not, we're looking for weakness to build up our positions on stocks that are going to grow in the long term based off of analysis ratings and so forth. At the end of the day, all the information I provide is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. So you definitely want to consult with a professional before making a financial decision. But these are my opinions and my findings. You always want to do your research. But with this information, I'm equipping you guys to do some further due diligence and enlighten you guys on something you may overlook. So let's look at how this chart played out. So PLTR was actually pulling back this Monday, right? Great opportunity to watch it in its weakness. Hit a low here of $18 and some change. I mean, the further it was getting from $20, the more interesting. It got really close to $15 at one point, hitting $16.35, and it took off to a high here of $20.42, but on the day it hit $20.30 right there. So that was just about 20 to 25% opportunity on the day, guys. On the day. Very, very powerful turnout for this one, watching it this week, guys. And this is what we look for every single week and every single day, guys. This is what we look for. That's a home run right there. Now, Pltn, right, is moving a little bit slower. You know, the week of last week, it was pulling back. I wanted to watch it go into weakness, getting closer to these lows down here of the previous support, or just getting as close as it could to that, and then start watching it for consolidation or strength. It certainly did that. Hit a low here of 81, jumped up to 88, pulled back down to 83, and took off to 91. So throughout all that volatility, there was more than enough room to make anywhere from 5 to 10%. And at these highs, where it's at right now, it's around 10 to 12% opportunity already gained through this momentum, guys. Pretty strong. opportunity here with another one I mentioned to watch this week. Now, let's go ahead and talk about one of our home runs from yesterday, guys. This was a pretty impressive one as it played out. Let's go ahead and put the 1 minute so we can see this. But this was a phenomenal one yesterday, guys. I mentioned this one in the pre-market at around 235, and it took off to a high here of 489. This gave us close to 100 to 120% on the day. On the post yesterday, I was showing it just saying 80% plus because 100 to 20% is kind of over exaggerating. Some people will not be able to believe that, but it did happen. Okay. Now, another one here that turned out to play out pretty well was the fact that I was watching CREC today, guys. CREC, phenomenal turnout with this one as it played out here. Let's go ahead and look here. CREC, it's not coming up. Let's just leave it at volume and it will actually pop up here. It was one of the top traded stocks of the day right there. CERC, actually. I was putting it wrong. But this is one we were watching pretty close to these levels here. Pulled back to a low here of 276 and shot up to a high of 327, guys. Phenomenal turnout with this stock, giving 20% plus. And another one we watched today in the morning over at the Discord was PHUN, and this one turned out to be phenomenal. It pulled back to a low here of 130 in the pre-market. I mentioned it at 133, and as soon as it pulled back to 132, took off, hit a high here of 156, 20% plus opportunity as well. We are looking for these opportunities daily over at the Discord and over at the Patreon weekly. We are looking for opportunities that are either positioning themselves to jump up 5 to 10% or even 20% for a swing trade, or start building our positions on the stocks. If we've done our due diligence, we understand it, and we make a rational decision as investors for long-term opportunities. But within the long term, sometimes swing trade opportunities like PLTR and Pton, Peloton, present themselves, and we go ahead and take advantage of that. And then in the next weakness, we start to go ahead and analyze it again to see if it's an opportunity, or we look for consolidation to start building our positions for the long term. And stocks like this one, PHUN, as well as CERC, we look for opportunities to get in, get out, and make our 5 to 10% on a regular day, 10 to 20% on a great day, and 20% plus is a home run. If this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The link to the Patreon or Discord is down below. It's going to redirect you to the same place. Tiers and slots are filling up pretty quickly, and we look forward to having you join us if it's something you want to become part of, because you can be part of it too.